We're live, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Locker Room Live.
I just spent the last 4 minutes thinking we were live.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna redo. Let's redo, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. We're here to celebrate the pre-celebration of Mike Camparelli's birthday, and his real birthday is July 7th, but we're going to celebrate early, and we have lots of familiar faces and new people here to the locker room. We got Ken, SSK Promo, John and Jenna. We got Brad, who was in our episode not too long ago. We got Biscuit Butt. I got to get the right pointage going. CJ down in the corner, Beard King in the corner, and then the queen of reselling world, Mary in the center. It's the Brady Bunch. And, yeah, we thought we were live, guys. I apologize.
Now,
that was my mistake.
Hold on.
Man.
We've got 3 veterans that are always live on YouTube. We got Ken, John, and Jenna. And none of you guys noticed?
I did. I figured, you know, Ben's been doing this long enough. He would know that we were actually live.
Let me tell you.
Ken, you never watched the show. You've never watched the show before.
Let me tell you what it is, Ken. Here's what it is. Ken, your presence here in the locker room, and John and Jenna, your presence, and Brad and Archie, all of you, it just has blown my mind, and therefore I missed to hit the live button. My apologies.
Man, such heartfelt sentiments, too, from John and Jenna, for Mike, and just, I'll never be able to duplicate that.
Nobody got right, good. Can we start over?
Yes, do it again, John and Jenna. You got the floor.
Well, Mike, we met him. I thought, man, who is this guy? He keeps sending me these messages. And look, small channel, you know, I didn't even realize, you know, anybody would take the time to send a message. But man, I interacted with him, and it's like, this guy is a good dude. And you got to know him over time. We've known him for years now. And this guy will give you the shirt off his back. I know that's, you know, people say that a lot about other people, but this guy, I'm telling you, he will do backflips for you. And he's just more than a friend. He is more like a brother to us. And I think I can speak for Archie that, you know, that's why we've been talking, trying to talk him into relocating out to Vegas so we can hang out with him. But, you know, he's a great guy all around, and I'm very honored to call him my friend.
Yeah, he knows he owns my heart. He's done things for us that, you know, when we're been in a situation, he will always come through for you. Always. He will never give up on us. So we just love him to death.
Awesome. Ken, you go now, my friend.
Yes. I also, you know, fittingly enough, met Mike at a meetup in Cincinnati, I believe, about 3 years ago now, yep. Mike, it's been. Yep. And we've hooked up in Vegas and Cincinnati, in Nashville, just, you know, all over the United States. It's one of the things I look forward to going to a meetup is Mike going to be there? Because we just get a chance to, you know, sit and hang out and talk a little bit. And then I love the fact that he started he and Mary started the Mike Metco Meetups channel, so that we can all stay informed there. You can't get much more of a guy that looks out for the community of the resellers. And I always know that if I need to have some information, I can go over there and find it. And just a super guy. I actually had to run in the house. I was on the mower, and I had set an alarm that I needed to be on the show. And it's like I ran in, I changed real quick. And Mike's always been a supporter, you know, the old Mike's always wearing his reseller clickbait podcast shirt whenever he's out. But Mike, happy birthday, happy early birthday. I am honored to call you a friend, and look forward to many more meetups hanging out with you.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's set some up.
All right, Brad. Welcome in, Brad. We had you back a couple weeks ago. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, so Mike is kind of like the Sasquatch of the reseller community. He's he was a legend that everybody heard about, but that nobody saw for years and years and years. And then he started his channel, and that's how we kind of came to know each other. I took it upon myself to invite him to somebody else's show that I was on, and Mike came on. And he's wonderfully warm. I think everybody say that about him that's met him. Gives great hugs. And the thing I love about Mike is that he's a collaborator. He really brings people together. Maybe even people that don't even like each other. I don't know, but he brings people together. And I'm excited that everybody's here to celebrate him. And I know that there's a lot of people who loves him all the way around this reselling world. And we finally found Sasquatch. There we go.
Thanks, Brad.
All right. Archie, you're up. You're muted there.
Your mic isn't on.
Archie and technology don't make sense.
He's speechless.
Sorry, 'cause you guys probably heard Mike's nephews going off because they know Mike as Uncle Mike. Like literally, when Mike and I are on the phone and I have him on speaker, they know there's two people that the dogs get excited about and come up to my face immediately. That's when they hear my mom's voice and Mike's. so anyway, that's why I was on mute. But anyway, just to kind of piggyback off what John and Jenna said, I mean, he's like family. I mean, he comes out here now 2-3 times a year. So, I mean, first off, I do want to thank you, Mike, for giving me a brand new house. So also, if anybody, everybody will always talk about the hugs from Mike. And if you have not received a hug from Mike, either A, you just haven't met him yet, but there is not a person that Mike will not give a hug to. So if he hasn't given you a hug, you just need to come up to him because he'll give you a hug. And they're the best things ever. And speaking of hugs, Mike, a lot of people don't know this, but you and I have been on a weight journey for the last almost month. And we are both losing pretty decent weight. So we literally, the last time I saw Mike, when we hugged, we were touching bellies. Hopefully when I see you in September, or no, in August, we will be touching boobies instead of bellies.
Yeah,
So,
no one wants to
exciting.
Sorry, Brad.
Roman's in the chat.
Don't
get jealous.
Don't lose too much. Don't lose too much weight.
I'm glad you said that. I was thinking you was going somewhere else. So.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, me too.
I did too. Yeah.
Wow.
Tip to
Coming
tip.
from the preacher.
All right, Mary, it is your turn, my dear.
Okay. Well, it's hard to believe I only met Mike. It hasn't even been a year yet. That just boggles my mind because he's somebody that you just feel like, I feel like I've known you forever already, and I was familiar with you just because of the chats, and everybody talked about, specifically John and Jenna. I think they're the first ones I remember hearing about you from, because they just talked you up. I could just tell they adored you. But I heard about you from other places too, and then I got to meet you at the bowling alley in Crossville, and then when you decided to do your meetup channel, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, So I emailed Mike and I'm like, hey, let me know if you need any help. No biggie, but let me know. And little did I know, that we'd wind up teaming up.
Put her right to work.
That's really cool because you really didn't know me that well, but to bring me bring me on like that and make a team, it was really cool. But yeah, I agree with what everybody has said. You're just a very warm, caring, generous person, and I know we all love you. And so, and I'm excited to be here celebrating your birthday with you.
Thanks, Mary.
Okay, Jefferson.
Mike, you're one of my best friends, and if I was 10 years older, you were 10 years younger. I'd talk you into run away to Belize and open them like a man. And we'd see where that go. But neither one of us are them day, so that's not going to happen. But you are probably the nicest person I've met in the reselling world. I've had so many experiences hanging out with you, and you let me tag along to some things that I wasn't invited to, and opening doors and just being a friend. I'm glad you quit smoking, because when we take my car, and I have to vacuum out the back of it because all the cigarettes, stuff. But I let you smoke in there, because I'm chewing tobacco. You might as well smoke. But if you ever need anything, I'm there for you, and I know if I ever need anything. And I'm working on this liver, so take care of yours. But love you. Happy birthday, and
thanks, bro.
I hope to be celebrating your 89th.
Yep, we'll be together.
Good job.
Sure.
Good job. All right, Alex.
One word that comes to my mind when I think of Mike and his family. Mike is part of the reselling family and part of my family. Mike came and stayed with me. My kids love him more than they love me now. So sorry, John and Jenna and Archie. He's moving to Tennessee. It's crazy. It's only been a year, Mary, since the 127, because I had no idea. I was trying to figure out who Mike was when I heard he's coming to stay at the locker room house. I had no idea who this guy was, and I was kind of skeptical. To be honest, I was like, we don't even know this guy. Who is he's going to come stay with us? We have no idea who this is. And all of us in the locker room fell in love with Mike. He's the best guy I've ever met in reselling and in life in general.
Thanks, Alex.
So, I'm beginning to wonder, is Mike really that great a guy, or is he just a freeloader? Sounds to me like he just travels around the country and stays at people's houses.
Well, that's what Brad said. He says, I'm homeless. I don't have a place.
Yeah, that was my joke when I met him in at Alex's house, is that secretly Mike is homeless. He just goes from meetup to meetup.
Yeah. I'm no fool.
Right. Well, Mike
kind of sounds like a serial killer, right? He's the nicest guy I ever met. He gets the greatest hug.
I caught glimpses of you, Mike, through other people's YouTube videos that you appeared in on screen, just being in the crowds, mainly on Kevin's channel and Dave and all those guys. And then, of course, when me and Archie friended one another. Huh?
And flipping ain't easy.
Yeah, true that too, because John, Jen, I watch you guys a lot. I don't comment because I watch a lot of YouTube on my TV in my living room, so I don't leave comments. Sorry about that. But anyway,
well,
just let you know.
Darn it.
Just to let you know that I'm there. But anyway, Mike, I had the distinct honor and privilege, thankfully, that you decided to come and stay with us at our Airbnb last year at the 127. And I had no questions about it. And I was like, I can't wait for this. I get to meet you. And your generosity, my friend, knows no bounds. And that's rare. And, when you sow good seeds, it's going to come back to you tenfold, my friend. And I think you're a blessed individual. You're rich in many ways, buddy, with friends and family. We're all family, but you're rich beyond measure. And anyone would be lucky to be the kind of person that you are. And that speaks volumes and teaches us as individuals a lot of life lessons. And I value the time we've had face to face. And it's a pure joy just to spend time with you, whether it's virtually or in person. And it's an honor to give you that title of ambassador to the locker room, because we don't, Alex and Jefferson and I don't give titles out lightly. You know that. So it's an honor to have you represent this podcast. And it's also an honor having you and Mary included in the planning of this meetup that we have coming up. And we couldn't do it without with two of you and all of us working together. And I just want to let you know, brother, I appreciate all your time and efforts.
I know you do, Ben. I know you do.
All right.
Yep.
Now, did anybody get him to cry? Because I was trying really hard.
We had $100 bet.
I put bets
to cry first.
I'd have feigned a little more sentiment had I known there was $100 on the line.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny. Yeah.
You don't see the tears just holding back, trying to not come out.
Oh, God.
Wow, Dominique.
Dominic.
Hey, Dominic.
It's an honor. Hey, Dominic, how are you?
That's
boy,
that's a big channel from the past for sure.
The mermaids. Yes.
After fees, we have to give that money to Mike now.
Yeah.
No, I don't want anything. I just appreciate your love. In that.
So, Mike, let's hear your side of the story. I mean, you've been around a while. You've covered a lot of territory in the reselling community. What are your thoughts and experiences about the newfound circle of family and friends? Just share whatever you'd like, man.
Well, first of all, I'm waiting for the roast. I thought this was going to be a roast session.
Well, we ain't done yet. We're only 15 minutes in.
No, I'm really touched.
That's backstage.
I kind of knew that there was something going on because this has been, advertised, and there's really no secrets. You can't really hold back things on the internet. It's really a small, tight knit group, and it's funny all day today. People were wishing me happy birthday, on all of the chat because I go into all of the chats and all the live streams and everything, and everyone's saying happy birthday. And I said, it's not my birthday yet. I'm still going to be 69 for another 2 weeks. But I knew that, like I said, that I was going to be acknowledged here on the live stream. And I knew it was going to be, the locker room crew and Mary. And then I wasn't that surprised that Archie was going to pop on because he's kind of an alum to the locker room. And I figured that was nice. But then when I came on backstage and I says, look, let's not make a big deal out of this. You want to wish me a happy birthday for a couple of minutes. That's fine. I appreciate that. I don't like to get all the attention and everything. They says, no, wait, this entire show is it's going to be all about you. And little did I know that we had some additional guests coming on, and all special people to me. You did a great job in setting this up. I appreciate that. And, all the acknowledgments and everything that each and every one of you have said, it goes right back to you. I mean, like the generosity that I give is only matched by the generosity that I receive from each and every one of you. Like, I'll start with John and Jenna and Archie. They're on the top, and they were my first friends. And, I just very new to the YouTube space and not knowing anything about anything, or that there was even any camaraderie involved with YouTube content creators. I immediately latched on to John and Jenna and Archie. Now Archie had done a little bit of videos, but he really wasn't that prominent. But John and Jenna were. So when I went to my first meetup at Boss, and I met John and Jenna, Archie was a friend of John, and I met Archie just casually for like a few seconds. That first time I was there in 2020, the first Boss, didn't matter. I mean, the next time I showed up, I would stay in touch with Archie, and by emails or phone calls, whatever. And he says, "Look, when you come the next time, let me know. I'm going to pick you up." I said, "Well, that's nice." And I was kind of like really appreciative, but kind of a little uncertain. Not uncertain. It's not that there was a trust issue or anything. But like, here's this guy I had met on Fremont Street for all of like 2 minutes, right, Archie? We just had a quick conversation.
Wasn't he doing some kind of thing like dancing around for money or something?
Yeah, he was in
the circle stripping. Yeah, the kid leave the circle, right?
He was in one of those circles with a diaper on, I think, if I don't.
You know what? I want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
I remember the day that he took you and Jenna out to eat, and Carrie and Don. And I was mad. I'm like, who is this guy that's taking my friend to dinner and not inviting me?
Well, I didn't know you at the time, if you recall.
I know.
So,
I was jealous, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember that. There was that claim jumper.
Right. Yeah, I was staying at the
Golden
D,
Nugget.
I think. That was in the D, right?
Golden Nugget.
Oh, it's in the Golden Nugget. Yeah.
Golden Nugget claim jumper. Yep.
Yeah, the first time that I was there, I invited Carrie and Dawn and John and Jenna out because they were pretty much all that I knew of in the reselling space.
Mike, you were actually talking about me. Go ahead, keep talking about me.
No, I'm getting back to you. Hey, I got the floor now. I'm not afraid about my long-winded diatribe because this is my time to shine, I guess. But I can never really keep it short. But anyway, so back to Archie. So now I had met Archie for like all of 2 minutes, and the next time I came for the Boss in 21, Archie said, "I'll pick you up." at the airport. I thought that was nice. It was unexpected because, like I said, I really didn't know this guy. Seemed nice enough, you know what I mean? Very personable. And now I got to know a little bit about him by reputation and all. Anyway, long story short, he picked me up at the airport. He drove me back to the airport when I left, like a week later, and he drove me and kept me company the entire time. He was my personal valet and escort and, you know, chauffeur and everything. And we got like really, really close. And it really didn't take too long. Just like I'm going to get to everybody, and it's the same deal. I just got really close with everyone right away. And that's why, I mean, all right, I'm a certain type of person, but I think in this community, I can really excel because it's my kind of people. Everyone that I've reached out to, that, you know, that I've gotten a chance to meet is just pretty much the same. You know, like very, very easy to like fall in love with and really be very close to, you know, and really enjoy the company. So I'll gladly do it. So all right, let's move to Mr. Bill, SSK Promo. Now, I had met Ken originally, as he said, we were hanging out. I think it was at the reseller rally in Cincinnati,
Yes.
and I didn't know Ken from a hole in the wall. You know, I didn't know that he had a channel at the moment. You know, my fault. I wasn't really spreading out to the entire YouTube space and knowing people. He was just a guy that I was hanging out with, and we just hit it off. Like, you know, we became fast friends. We were hanging out with Lissa, right? Bubbles, Bangles, and needful things, right?
Yeah, that was like the second meetup in Cincinnati.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
Well, what was the first? Was the first time we met? Was because I know we like hung out like a couple of the Trash to Cash one. In Vegas.
And we were in Vegas. Yeah, we hung out in Vegas.
That was the first
for
time.
sure.
So I met Ken for the first time in Vegas, not knowing him really at all, or that he even had a channel. Not that it matters, you know. He's just a fellow reseller, so we really bonded right from that first moment. And then when we met at the second time at the reseller rally, now we were established friends. You know, this is what we always talk. We talk about this community, how it just really builds. You know, you get to know people. Maybe you get to know people virtually on their channel, which I did not have the opportunity to do with Ken. I just met him in person, just as another fellow reseller. Then when I met him again, it was like, okay, we've been friends forever, and now like each and every time that we get together, and I've seen Ken 4 or 5 times, right? We're always together at all the meetups, and it's just that really strong bond that really you can't beat it, and it's just great. And each and every one of you, I have a very close relationship to. Maybe a little different, take on different aspects of factors, but it's all basically the same underlying thing, that we have a common purpose. You know, we're all pretty cool people. I mean, to hear me speak for more than 5 minutes, you know that I'm a big advocate for the community. I just I think we got something really going here, something really special in the people that we meet. So that's why, it was very easy for me to come up to doing putting my heart in this channel that Mary and I have, and just really basically all we're doing is really kind of maintaining, community. So let me keep on going around now to Mr. Alex Beard King Picker. Now Ben and Alex and Mary, I had all met the same time at the locker room, Airbnb. Mary wasn't staying with us, but she was there. And quick story how that worked out. Archie had invited me to the Airbnb for to stay with these guys, which was a treat for me, because I'm saying, wow, now like I'm going to be hanging out with like the YouTube elite and being part of a crew in a locker room, having not
podcast.
No, I had aspirations for you guys, and I wasn't wrong. And then what happened was Archie bowed out, and now I've told the story many times, where now I was like a little anticipating even going. I was in an uncomfortable position. I knew Archie, and Archie was my kind of like, a membership card into the locker room. But once he left, now I'm going to meet all these guys for the first time. They don't know me, like Ben said. They don't know me. I don't know them. And to be honest, for a brief period of time, I had really considered not going. Now, the last thing I want to do is not go to a meetup. If you know me at all, I love the meetups. So it was hard for me to even consider not wanting to go to the meetup. But I was a little uncomfortable because I didn't know these guys. Well, am I glad that I didn't make that mistake, because I went to the meetup, and I met Alex, and I met Ben, I met Chris, and we immediately hit it off as fast friends. And I got to get to know these guys in that week. We had a lot of fun. It was a ball, but it went more than that. It really was like creating a little family within the community. I mean, which is really, I give Ben credit for, because he really established this community of people that, through the Locker Room podcast and all its different iterations of co-hosts who have come and gone, and reaching out to like other people who are all at the Airbnb with us, and created that community and family, which you take home with you. I mean, like, we literally, when I went back home from that week in Crossville, I was on the phone with all these guys, and I was just staying in touch with them all, and it was really great. I mean, it wasn't just like a just passing fancy where you get together with people and you meet them and it's nice, and then you meet them again, at a meetup or whatever. This was real, and so I had got to know, Alex and as one of them in particular, and we got friendly, we got close, and then once we
did our bellies touch?
What's that?
Did our bellies touch?
No, we didn't do any
how close did we get?
That I reserved this for Archie. That's our special thing. But anyway, so I got to know Alex.
We did the Huffle Shuffle together, the Truffle Shuffle, whatever it's called.
So I got to meet. So I got to meet Alex and got comfortable and friendly with him, and really liked him a lot. And he and I in particular, like, really had like this phone conversation where, after the meetup, we talk every couple of weeks or whatever on the phone and this and that. And then I had the opportunity to stay with him and his family in Nashville. He was gracious enough to take me into his house and really give me everything. I mean, I was in my glory. I mean, I love his kids. He has two really very cute, affectionate kids who I took to right away, and his wife Bethany, just really great couple. And it was really cool. Like, here's a perfect example. Now, if you know me, also, one thing that I want to do is get up 6-7 o'clock in the morning, wherever I am, and go to garage sales, right? Well, we had like this little family time established every morning around the breakfast table with Alex and his family. I wasn't looking to break away. We ended up going out cooking like about 2 hours late one day, but I was happy because I was just hanging out with his family, this and that. So really, really great. Really, really great honor and joy to have made the acquaintance of Alex as well as everyone else. Now let's move on to Brad.
Hey, Mike, if I can interrupt, before you move on to Brad,
yeah.
I hate to bust up the party in this nice, there's 3 rows of 3, but I'm quickly running out of daylight to finish my mowing out there. I wanted to pop on and just say happy birthday. I even made it happy birthday, Mike, right there. And I always appreciate all of your support. You share out my show. You're always in the chat, on my shows when I'm doing something. And I can't say enough about that. The appreciation of that and appreciation of your friendship. And I hate to run, but I am going to turn it on, listen to my headphones while I'm on the mower. But happy birthday to you here in a couple of weeks?
Yep.
And I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody here in this community. Everybody that's on screen now, I have met at one point. I don't know. Have I met?
I don't think you met Jefferson.
Jefferson
Yeah,
at all?
I met him at the Nashville.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right for sure. And just appreciate all of you in the community and what you do in your own shows and your own videos, and to keep this family and the community together. Greatly appreciate that and all of your support. So I have to run, unfortunately, but happy birthday and have a great show. And we'll see you all around in the community.
Thank you,
Bye,
Ken.
Ken.
Ken, thanks for stopping by.
Let's see.
Hi, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. I really appreciate it. Nice seeing you. Thanks for
You're the
Oh,
best,
sure.
Ken.
spending the time. Cool. Thank you.
And Ken is awesome.
Boy, I thought he'd never leave, right? Boy, what a guy. No, Ken is
Di-
love Ken. Just you can't help but loving Ken.
Can I throw the link in the chat? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Are you going to tell Roman how much you love him too, Mike?
oh yeah, I'm going to get to everybody. You know, not only am I giving each one of you on screen a good solid 20 minutes, but there's going to be like 10 to 15 minutes for everyone in the chat. So I hope, you know, strap yourselves in. This could be like this could be another one of like my hangout from Omaha where we went 5.5 hours to.
Mike is Chuck Norris of reselling.
You know what? I need to mow the grass too here in the desert. I'll be right back.
Hey, shout out Big Wolfman Goodies, $20. Thank you so much, Chad. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, Chad.
I hope I get
All right,
black
so
shirt, Chad.
Mike, to put you back on track, you were getting ready to speak of Brad.
I was getting ready to speak to Brad. All right, now Brad is another person who you just happen to run into, right? You just happen to meet one day. Now I had no recollection of, you know, no knowledge of Brad at all, and here's where I got to really start giving, you know, Mary some kudos and credit, where she, you know, she is really like our booking agent for the show. So when we first started establishing our channel, she would book the guests and everything, and she said, all right, Mike, we've been invited on Chris's show, Buck Mountain Barn, and I didn't know anything about Buck Mountain Barn. I didn't know Chris. I didn't know Brad. So what I do is like I do a little research. I start watching their channel a little bit before we come on, so at least I know I have like some talking points. And Brad really kind of, you know, he kind of drives the ship on that show, and I got to get to know him a little bit through the show. But you know, with certain people, you know, you make a little bit of magic. You know, you have like a little special affinity for it just by seeing through the you know, just by speaking to them in that limited time you have doing an interview or a live stream or whatever. So I really kind of like, you know, really became very fond of Brad just through the you know, through his live stream. So then we invited him on, and actually I think it was when we were at your house, right, Archie? We did a live from your house. Oh, it was my coverage of the Boss remix remote from Archie's house, and we invited Chris and Brad on, or it might have been your show. I kind of lose track. I think
I think you guys popped into our show that Thursday.
Right?
night.
Yeah, we popped in as just kind of like, you know, off the cuff guests and everything, and we just you know, we had a great time there. You know, like the friendship was established already, and it was really cool. And then it was a good episode. But after the episode, long story short, Archie and I and Brad just stayed backstage for like 2 hours, and we had, without getting into any details, like one of the most significant conversations I've ever had in my life. You know what I mean? It really touched my heart. You know, Brad is just a great guy, and I thought I knew him a little bit from those just the live streams, but then we had the opportunity to just talk personally and develop a closer relationship. It was like really cool. So when we were at Nashville, Brad couldn't make it to Brashville, couldn't make it to Nashville, but we had talked about possibly trying to get together, and I was really honored because he made the effort to come to Nashville just to visit with me after the event. He didn't even come to the meetup, but had an opportunity to come over. So we had like a little meetup after the meetup in Alex's basement. So I got to meet him in person, and that was really, really, really very cool. I see someone. I think the wheels are going to fall off pretty soon. We got.
Well, just wait
Trouble here.
Everything's gonna be fine until he breaks out the rotary phone and then has a pretend conversation with FedEx. Until then,
Mike, happy birthday, man! Because there are a lot of jealous people in the community that don't like me using rotary phone. You know, unfortunately, John flipping MEs is one of them. Sorry, John. Sorry to break it to you, brother.
We love your phone.
Hey, Roman, welcome to the channel.
Man, well,
Roman, is that phone installed in your car?
Man, it's installed not just in my car, it's installed everywhere now. I got like special deal from artificial intelligence after watching all the content creators, man. After watching all those amazing people, I decided it's time for me to get some kind of, older technology or newer and kind of show off, because otherwise we're never gonna end this.
He has an extra long cord. You have an extra long cord that runs to your house to your car.
John, I connected it to the a couple of cars just in case. If it stops working in one car, it will work in another car. So
Shane, little does everybody know. Little does everybody know though that Roman is still on the phone with him. He just put the phone down so he can be on
actually,
for you, Mike.
I have this. Man, I got a bunch of those phones now. Man, Archie, my love, I love you, man. I love our relationship, man.
Shane O'Mac in the house.
Shane, I'm sorry, you have to leave because you shrunk me.
Nope.
Honey, I shrunk the beard.
Later, Archie.
Beetlejuice.
What's up, guys? Mike. I'm a little upset and disappointed that all that talk about the locker room and the Airbnb and my name, you forgot I existed, buddy.
You weren't on screen. You weren't on screen, Shane.
Once you leave, you're forgotten here.
Shane, you have a whole 20-minute treatment. You just have to kind of stand in line here. I'm continuing through everyone else, but no, you definitely have a considerable place in my heart, and you work into the whole fabric of of how I've just developed the relationships with everyone. Yes, I just give you a little preview of how Shane and I got to meet. We had met, in the Trash to Cash meetup, right? And funny, I had not known Shane, but Shane came up to me and says, "You're Mike, right?" I says, "Yeah, you're Shane, right?" Yeah. So I have a message from Archie. Archie says, "When you see Mike, go up to him and give him a big old hug." So I stood right up and I says, "Bring it on, man." And we had like this big bear hug. We hadn't met each other, even a minute before. And we carried two grown men hugging, carrying on in a room of other people. I don't know what it might have looked like from others, but the friendship started right from there. And then when we went to the 127,
that interaction was actually recorded. It's on your video, Shane. I just saw it the other day.
Yeah, and it was on the Trash to Cash, I think, recording as well of that. They did a live stream at the time.
Mike, sorry, man, I'll be back. I gotta go do something. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
We got easy pickings in the house too.
Bring them on. We got a lot to discuss. So anyway, so now when I went to the 127, Shane was the only person that I had met, who was there. So he was kind of like a little bit of an anchor. At least I had met him, although I hadn't gotten the chance to really know him well, because when we met at the Trash to Cash meetup, it was just kind of, we hung out a little bit and we talked a little bit. But I got to live with Shane-O, that whole week, and again created that strong bond like I did with the rest of the locker room guys. So all right, so let me continue.
Awesome. Hey, real quick, John and Jenna, it's our first time sharing the screen together, so good to see you guys.
Hey,
nice to see you, Shane.
Yeah, you still reselling?
Yeah, barely.
Barely.
No, I'm doing all right. I'm still full time after almost 7 months, so something. Okay. I mean, it's all. What the heck is Ben doing? Ben, I know you're doing that.
I've got to fit more squares that are coming in.
Can you make me bigger and then you guys can surround me, or actually make Mike in the middle and we can all be a little
Roman
around him?
I know that would be perfect.
Just
if
kick
I
Roman.
kick Roman out, he can come back in and we'll all be the same size, right? And he could be the small guy. The biggest guy could be the small guy. Let's do that.
Biggest and
Mike
loudest.
is the Bruce Phalange of Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Anybody remember him?
Yeah.
I'm old
No,
enough
that's
to remember
Ben.
him.
Ben actually looks more like Bruce Falange.
I'll be
Love you,
Rip
Ben.
Taylor. Ah.
This is like one of those
Oh.
bad Zoom work meetings that you
Yeah.
Yeah, my strategic aligning of squares is seriously off, but I'm trying to do this in a hurry, guys.
Can I remove Roman and
Mary,
pop back in?
Yeah, if you want, I
Mary,
don't.
can you
Whatever.
help out?
I don't have any powers here.
Yeah. I don't know why none of you guys have switched to EV Mux yet. I've been saying it for
I talked to Ben about it. We
damn
just
near a
we
year.
haven't tried it yet. I know.
StreamYard is old news.
I always forget the
OBS
name.
Studio.
What's the one you use, Don?
OBS Studio. Well, I use StreamYard for Profit Playbook podcast, but OBS Studio for Flipping Ain't Easy Lives.
I've got OBS. I haven't learned how to use it yet. I've had it for like the entirety of my channel, and I've never once opened it up and figured it out.
Huge learning curve, but once you get it, it's better. I think it's way better. You can just select the scenes so fast. Having guests on there is a different matter altogether. So,
well, EV Mux is half the price of StreamYard and way cooler options.
You
and
see
much
that?
easier
You
to
see that
use.
weird message bin popping up in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had 10 people on. We don't need to upgrade our account.
Mike, you go ahead
Yes.
and take the floor again, sir.
Okay, you kind of shift everyone around. I lost track. Oh, I think Jefferson was next, right? Jefferson was next. So pretty much the same story. I did not know Jefferson. Met him. I think the first time that we met was at FlipCon.
Yeah,
If
FlipCon.
I'm not mistaken, was one of the FlipCons.
Yeah.
And again, you meet so many people, and I had not really known Jefferson before, no history with him, so we just casual hellos and this and that. And then when we met the second time, like it's such a pattern that we do at these meetups, now we had like a bond. We had like an understanding of friendship, and the friendship just like flourished right from there. We got together. He had his car, so we became drifting buddies. And I tell you can get really close to someone who you don't know by spending a morning around the garage sale circuit. And we just had a blast. We just had such a great time. We kind of like, we kind of got along really well together. It's very similar in personalities and all in a lot of ways. And look forward to getting back together. We stayed in touch, offline and everything. And Jefferson was just starting his Pocket Change podcast, and I really loved it. And I became like a super fan of his channel. Watched them all, him and Joel, and that just brought us together that much more. That much more. And another thing to kind of have in common, talking about his podcast and all, and it was great. So then it was like, now I'm a promoter, as you all know, and I'm always trying to get everyone to go everywhere. So I would constantly invite Jefferson to all of the events that I went to. I mean, he actually showed up. I mean, I did this nutty move where I flew to Florida for Dave's storage auction sale. Right, it was just a weekend. It was a weekend garage sale, and I said, I got to go. So I flew there, and I said, Jefferson, why don't you come? And he drove up, and we hung out there, and he got to know all those guys. And when we came to 127, we met at 127. I knew Jefferson was coming. I was looking forward to that. So I kind of like said, come on, come and hang out with us. And I kind of facilitated, not that I'm taking any credit, but I introduced him to the locker room guys and the rest of his history in that regard. And, it was like, yeah, these guys are cool. And I told Jefferson that story that I just told you about how I didn't know these guys from a hole in the wall. And I showed up and they just took me in and just loved me right from the start. And they'll do the same to you. And they definitely did. So Jefferson, really kind of chimed right in. And it's great. There's nothing that warms my heart more than like when my friends get along with my other friends. So that was really a nice thing. And I, besides just the great personal friendship that I have for Jefferson, I'm really grateful in one specific regard, in that, and I always tell this story too. I'll just say quickly repeat it, where there are two people who are really responsible for me starting a channel. Now, everyone in the room here had encouraged me to maybe start a channel, YouTube channel, because I knew so many people, and it would really be cool of me to do it. And everyone are all content providers, so they're all wanting me to get into the mix as well. But I had these real reservations. I was really afraid and uncomfortable to be on camera and whatever. And through a series of mishaps, I was on John and Jenna's show the first time, and that really uncomfortable on that. And even when I did the locker room live from Crossville, I was uncomfortable in doing that. But little by little, I got comfortable with it and everything. So now I had no reservations and no reason to not get involved in YouTube, except for the fact that a lot of work, and I don't know if I want to do it. It's it's really a commitment and all. But Rod had told me about a month before. He called me up on the phone after I did like an appearance on one of the shows. And he says, "Yeah, Mike, you did good, and it was really nice to hear you and everything." He says, "You really got to do a channel. You really got to do a channel." And something about what he had said really kind of made me think in terms of for the first time, maybe thinking about it. So I told Rod, you know what? I'm really going to consider it now. I think I might keep it in mind and do it. But it wasn't until I was with Jefferson and we just ready to depart from the Florida meetup in Dave's, and Jefferson says, "You know what, Mike? You should do a meetup channel. I mean, that's your thing." Because Rod says, when it speaks to you, when you get the idea of what you really want to do, the light bulb will go off and you'll know. And the light bulb hadn't gone off. So the combination of Rod encouraging me and Jefferson giving me the idea of a meetup channel, it was great. And I hit the ground running, and in 3 hours I already registered with YouTube, when I had all the plans and everything and everything to go along with what needed to be done, and the rest is really history. And I'm really very, very, very grateful for everyone who was politely encouraging me and busting him on me to do a channel, because without you all I probably would have never did it, and I certainly wouldn't be here telling you all about it right
we're
now.
glad you did it, Mike.
For sure,
Thanks,
man.
I really appreciate that.
Hey, why is Shane
I
touching
want to, I don't know.
Hey, Ben, the screen looks great.
Yeah, Ben just gave up. He's like, hell with it. So I picked up on a pattern, and I don't know if the chat picked up on this, Mike, but it sounds like what you're saying is every member of the locker room, past and present, is absolutely effing amazing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, and everyone else on this panel as well, and probably I haven't really been watching the chat.
I didn't pay attention to the rest of that.
20 people in the chat as well. I can say the same thing for. Really effing amazing, each and every one of you. It's like I just can never say enough how great this community is. I mean, we're just a bunch of people hanging out, in our basements, listing and selling crap that we get, at garage sales on eBay or Poshmark or Macari. When there's nothing special about any of us in terms of the career. In fact, there's a lot to be said that we're kind of nuts, and everyone who knows us who really don't have an affinity for reselling will say that. But yet, beyond that, when we all have this ability to just give and be generous with each other's time and attention and supportive. I mean, this is one community where there's no competition. People say, you're going to go out with 20 other resellers picking. Does that make sense? Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense, but it does, because there's no axis to grind. Everyone wants to help everyone else out, and there's no competition. And whenever, I mean, I've done some things both in my eBay life and in my YouTube life that I had no clue on what to do. But all you got to do is grab a phone or a text or chat with someone in one of the live streams or whatever, and people are just more than willing to just come out and not only just answer your questions, but just support you and go out of their way. I'm not the only one, believe me. I do that as much as I can, but I give it as much as I get it. Really.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, you mentioned 30 different people picking each other. I know we didn't have that in Crossville, but the 6 of us, 7 of us that were picking together.
Yeah.
That was some of the best fun
Amazing.
I've had in a long
Amazing.
time.
Well,
Right.
Shane,
So I really
Shane,
enjoyed it.
You did take my tool record though.
Well, you took all the books, so
Yeah, that was amazing. That was something.
I get so excited every time Alex puts out another video and he's selling more of those books because I saw those books and I was like, dude, I got to get Alex over here right now to make this deal. So I was like, Alex, get over here. And he got the deal and he's made so much freaking money off of that. It's amazing. Also, Mike, I just noticed what shirt you're wearing. I designed that logo, sir.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What shirt is that?
It says sometimes shit is just shit.
Oh, what's that from?
That's Corey and Teresa's shirt.
It's Corey's quote, but I
see it
thought that it needed to be a t-shirt and I thought it should look very elegant.
That's cool.
So that's
Nice design. I didn't know that you designed that. Yeah, you did a good job on that.
I thought it was from. Remember when? Well, Brad, you'll probably be the only one that remembers this, and Ben. But remember the movie that George Strait did, and the
8
old
seconds
man when
or
he
something
goes,
stupid.
you know that little speck? No, not 8 seconds. You know that little speck right in the middle of bird crap? Well, it's still bird crap.
Hey, Archie.
I don't know why I thought of that. Sorry, guys.
Archie, the 80s called. They want their clip on mic back.
What? The clip on Mike.
Hey, John, I got this from you.
Hey now.
Mike, have you covered? No, have you covered everybody that's
Not
here?
everybody, and you're next, my friend. You are next.
Roast him.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, you don't have to do that.
No. I have only good things to say about Ben. The thing with Ben is that, like I said, he really, being a person who really embraces community and tries to strive to establish and maintain community. I really have the utmost respect for Ben because he really, as I alluded to before, he created quite a community of people that are like a special subset within the reseller community because he started the locker room, and everyone on the locker room just are a special group of people that really get along so well.
Helmet special.
And it just continues. I mean, like I said, when I was hesitant about going to hang out with these guys it was a week. I mean, it was like I didn't know these guys at all, and now I'm going to move in with them for a week, and I was a little apprehensive, but Ben was the first one who did not make me feel uncomfortable. In fact, again, didn't know this guy from Adam, and he's calling me up on the phone saying, Mike, when's your plane coming in? I'll come and pick you up at the airport. And I didn't realize at the time it was like a 2-hour out of his way thing or on the way. So that didn't work out because I had the whole calamity about travel problems and I never made it.
That's a story in itself.
That was a story in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how they got to know me. I said that story 18 times. Every time someone would come in, I repeat it, and I'm not going to repeat it here. But it was a calamity. But that said, Ben just really made me feel so comfortable, and he took me back. Drove me back home, and every step along the way, he just really made me feel so comfortable. Like I got a couple of years on all of these guys, and he was really respectful of my safety and my concern, and always kind of kept an eye out for me, and I really appreciate that. There was a calamity at the bowling alley. That's a famous story where I went out and I didn't come back for half an hour later, and everyone was in a panic. And I knew that and not just Ben, everyone else was just really so concerned for my welfare. Like I had known these people like my whole life. And I thought
Mike, that was because I was going through the entire bowling alley hollering out loud, "Where's Mike?"
and I knew that would happen. I wasn't expecting on getting delayed for so long, but I did. And I thought I made
give one job to Jason, and that's what happened.
Right?
That's not cool, Jason.
That's not cool.
Not
it wasn't his fault. But anyway, and sure enough, I was MIA for a while. And everyone panicked, just as I had expected they would, had they not been informed that I was going to go away. And although I made a big interruption in everyone's fun, it really touched my heart again that these people who I had only at this point I had only known that whole crew one day, right? We got together on Wednesday, and the Thursday was the bowling alley event, and I had only known these guys one day, but here they are putting their hearts out for me, and really, really touched my heart. So Ben, thank you so much for taking care of me, looking out for me, and creating this wonderful sub community within the community that I love, and taken to me in the locker room, and like even the assignment of that title, of the ambassador. I thought it was cool. It's like a funny little thing that they took me on, and I wasn't just a guest, but they kind of gave me a special place in the locker room, being the ambassador. And I didn't realize at the time, but that was very prophetic of you, Ben. I don't know if you realize that or not, but like it was a great title for me, because I kind of really act, not to kind of like, but I actually do try. I am kind of like an ambassador. I've extended that ambassadorship out to the rest of the community. And I'll tell you a little something between me and you, Ben. Other podcasts, other people have asked me if I would be the ambassador for them as well. I said no. I'm not the only ambassador for one group of guys, and that's a special place for me. So I appreciate you giving me that title. And as I've said many times before, I will dutifully fulfill my obligations as the ambassador to the locker room, till the end of my days, as long as you'll have me.
Well,
So,
you've done a wonderful job, Mike. It's been our pleasure, my friend, and you're deserving of that. Not that ambassador to the locker room carries a ton of weight, but it's important to us guys that are on the podcast,
You guys, sorry, Woody wants on. I'm gonna jump off so Woody can get on, and then I'll come back in when there's room again.
Okay, I can pop out too. Pop me out.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Brad. I'll come back in when there's.
You should stay. You're his illustrious co-host.
Yeah, and actually, she was next.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly.
I can listen.
No. You're gonna be on screen while you get it yours. Okay.
I got a thing to say about you, Mary.
I'll pop up, but I'll be listening. I love you, Mike. You the man.
Love you too, Brad.
Ben, is that you, man? Ben, pick up the phone. Pick up.
Brad didn't listen.
Wow.
Well,
Ben, I got your girlfriend online. Is this Ben's girlfriend? Do you like Ben? Is he good in bed?
He muted it.
He muted him.
A little comic relief.
Ben, if you don't fix these doggone squares.
Ben.
Okay, so Woody
and Roman together, we're gonna go crazy.
He keeps muting him.
Roman, Maya can't talk right now.
All right.
Hey Shane, Ben will fix those squares when you straighten out your horror pictures.
No, can't do it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. That's the algorithm booster right there. I can't move that. Can't fix that.
Ben's doing the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, we see how well that's working for you.
Hey, every now and then I do all right, buddy.
All right.
Got some stuff in the works.
No, I know you do. You're doing good, bro.
Mike. At your request, before we started, you said you didn't want to do this whole live about your birthday. So let's talk about two things. One, your meetup get together coming up in August in Vegas. Let's hear about that. And two, let's talk about our joint venture that we got going right here in G Vegas, where I
give Mary his speech though first.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I thought Ben was about to ask everybody if it's supposed to burn when you pee again. I'm tired of answering that question.
So you're the host, Ben. What would you like to do first? Because I'll cover the both.
You talk about the Vegas thing first, bro.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad John and Jenna happen to be on screen here, as well as Archie, because they have an interest in this as well. John and Archie and I, along with Josh Galt, will be attending eBay Open this August, the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And since I'm in Vegas, you know me, why not make a meetup? So that was my intention all along, because I had done a little informal meetup last October when I was in Vegas. Just got like 15 resellers together. We had dinner at a nice restaurant, and that was great. Then that was it. So I'm going to, duplicate that effort and maybe make it a little bit more. And the excuse, or the not the excuse, but the reason for the meetup is that the four of us will be in attendance. That because we'll be at eBay Open, and I know I'm personal friends with maybe 10 or 15 other people, resellers in Vegas. Vegas is thick with resellers. I mean, you got Mikey Bags of Money. You had, Carrie and Dawn who lived there when I was there. October, you have Art of Resell. You got Sunny Las Vegas. You have when Chris came. Actually, Chris Easy Pickens just happened to fly in. John and Jenna, Katie and Vicky. So we had just that core of people that were personal friends. Ended up being a nice little meetup. So we'll probably have at least those 15 people in attendance as well. But anyway, as far as specifically, what we're going to do is we are going to do the same thing that Friday, the 15th of August, the day after the eBay Open ends. We are going to convene at a restaurant. Now, again, this is not going to be a meetup where it's organized or formal or swag bags or sponsors or anything like that. It's just going to be a free event. We're going to coordinate it where anyone can come if they like, and join in. And basically, it's going to be pretty simple. Friday night, we're going to have a dinner. We haven't determined the restaurant yet. It might be at the Cornish Patsy where it was, where I had it last year in October. That went pretty well.
Probably the best venue for it, to be honest.
That was nice. That was
pretty wide open.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a nice, comfortable, open air restaurant. Big, it can accommodate. I don't know how many people to expect, but certainly accommodate enough of us. And then Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, I'd like to, and again, we haven't come up with an activity yet, but like some kind of an activity, like a non-reselling activity that we can just all hang out. Like when we were at the Trash to Cash meetup in Vegas, the first time, the one they had, we went to Top Golf, and that was fun. And then another time we went to miniature golf, and like when we were in Crossville, we did bowling. And then when we were in Nashville, we went to the game terminal. So something like that, just like a little venue where we could all just hang out and get together on Saturday night or in the afternoon. And then Friday during the day and Saturday during the day, we'll just set up some thrifting opportunities. Again, people can join in or not. But what I like to do is to encourage the thrifting amongst the people who are in attendance of the meetup, because that ends up being some of the greatest times. I've met with people that I met people at the meetups and not really known them, but then went thrifting with them. And it was a great time. So I'm going to try to see if we can emulate that as well. So that's basically it. Friday thrifting opportunity, Friday night dinner, Saturday thrifting opportunity, Saturday night, some kind of activity. And what we will do, we're going to follow suit with what Ray did from the Nashville meetup and what the locker room guys will tell you. They'll tell you the details in a moment. What they did is that we're just going to require and ask that people who are interested fill out a very simple form just to get, it's not going to cost anything, but just like to get a head count. So anyone who's interested in coming to the meetup, just go to our Facebook page, fill out the form, just give us your name, and that's it. That you'll be coming, so we can make a pretty accurate head count for any of the activities that we do. So there will be more details as we develop them. I was just on the phone with John earlier today talking about it. I've been in conversation with Archie, last week, and we're going to come up with some ideas and come up with something nice for everyone to do. So that's basically our meetup.
That's awesome. I'm waiting on somebody to put together a reseller golf tournament.
Yeah, I'm there.
We can do it. Yeah, we can do it.
I'll do that.
Spoke his language.
I'm there.
Yeah, I'm hitching it. Flippy McFlipperson and I play like every other week. We play together.
Now I get you, Ben.
And Josh will come
Now
play with us every now and then. But I want to get a big group of us together to play.
Oh shit!
Ben, fix the squares.
Now we're actually John, when Larry Wayout was just in town, and we were all talking about here in Vegas.
Shane, you
got to
come back and fix it.
A reseller poker tournament.
That'd be
That would
fun.
be fun.
Well, we're going to have a mini version of that at our meetup.
Ben can only play checkers.
Poker tournament.
Yeah. Ben plays checkers.
I like to play with chess.
You didn't see the video?
I thought it was pocket pool.
Oh, both. Yeah, gotta have a hobby. Can't just have one.
Should we pull the video up, Alex?
I don't think so.
Man, Shane is good golfer. I never knew, Shane, that you are such a good golfer. Someone told me you're better than Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man.
Currently, he is.
Weird.
Currently, we all are. He hasn't. I think Tiger
Yeah,
Woods is
right
not
now.
able to play right now.
No, if I'm honest, guys, I'm absolutely terrible, but I absolutely love to play. So
Me too. We play best ball. That way.
Yeah, best ball is always
John,
fun.
remember how good I was the last time we played?
We have never played.
Forever. Man.
You keep talking about it, but you never want to go play.
I do want to shift. I want to shift to this real quick, guys, before we wind things down. I want to. This has not been updated, by the way, so
I sent you the updated one.
Well, I do not currently have it, but anyway.
How come Shane's a sticker?
Because I'm amazing.
Because he's a pudding bag.
I wasn't going to say
punching bag.
anything. I was just like, all right, I'll take this publicity.
That's good, man. That's actually how you need to do that. I need to add my name to it. Ben,
All right.
how come
I
you
mean,
cannot
dang.
add me?
Oh, well, you're everywhere. Get the frick off of there, Shane.
He's like herpes. You can't get rid of him.
Cockroach that won't die.
All right. Well, I do want to say we've had such an outpouring of sponsorships, both at the $100 anchor level and the individual sponsorship level. We'll be coming out with a new updated version of this next week's episode. But as you can see, all that are listed there have contributed either $100 or $20. And each one will get either a full episode in the locker room or a segment in the locker room. But we want to thank everybody that has been contributing to make this event coming up here in Greenville an awesome one. And if you want to become a sponsor, you can go to our Facebook group page, the Resellers Locker Room Facebook group. There's links there that you can become a sponsor if you want to support. If you don't, that's fine too. But also the link to sign up to come to the event is also located there. And I think Mary has been putting them in the chat. So we hope you will sign up, come down, and spend the weekend with us.
What do I get for $5?
Anything you want.
Kristen,
what's up,
Hey.
Kristen?
How are you guys? Okay, so listen, I'm super grateful to get to be among all of these amazing people. However, at my house, my family, and you guys are considered family because you're all part of my team. We call our family in the mornings on their birthday, and we sing to them. So be prepared.
You're gonna
I
start
don't
this?
do karaoke, but I do this. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Happy birthday, that's what I'm here to say. Happy birthday on this special day. Happy birthday, may all your dreams come true. I wish it was my birthday so I could party too.
Very good. Good job.
Nice.
Yeah.
I still, Kristen, I still say you can party. It's cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm super
I
excited
got one
for all
for
your
you too.
meetups.
Mike, I got one
Super
for you
excited.
too. We hope you get some tonight. We hope you get some tonight. We hope you get some cake and ice cream. We hope you get some tonight.
I was thinking the same thing the whole time, guys. I was.
And more and more.
Thank you.
well, has anybody got anything else they'd like to share?
I'd like to share something.
Oh,
Because
God.
I'm tired. I'm tired
This
of
might turn
Ben.
into a 3-hour live now.
I'm tired of Ben's constant complaints about his useful age of being only like 21. I mean, I'm tired. Every time he's on the podcast, on lives, he's constantly complaining to his guests and people around him. He's very old, so I'm tired of this. But anyway, I actually like, what I would like to say is actually, which is very important, is Mike Metco or Camparelli. Mike, how would you like why are you actually, I wanted to ask, why are you Camparelli? Is that because it's more difficult to pronounce than Metco?
It's Camporelli because that's what my mother and father's name was. I think that's the reason. Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, kind of.
How do
Because
they do it in Russia?
yeah, sorry, man, I was kind of confused. But
No, Mike Camporelli is my actual
Mike.
name, and Metco is the name of my electrical company. That's right.
nice. Actually, it's kind
Mike,
of
why do you have two
Yeah, I
eyes and a
would've won
nose
that.
and a mouth?
Actually, it's not Camporelli, it's Camporelli, right?
Camporelli. Yeah, that's true.
That's right. If you're in
But
Italy.
anyway, Mike, I would like to wish you happiest of the happiest birthdays, and wish you all the health, man. You're a very energetic guy, you know, for everyone to take example of, you know, because you know we're all getting there in age, and looking at you, man, all the time, how you are so active and energetic and bring up so much energy, love, and excitement to everyone. It shows to all of us that by be like at that age, say, which is very young age, which is 69, and very good number. I mean, the thing about it is, man, is that you have supported so many people, not just in the community of reselling, but throughout the years. I can tell from how you are, man, that you have been friend to a lot of people, you know, supported people throughout your life, and show us a great example of people that I actually like and can trust, you know, because unfortunately, man, I cannot say it for everyone, but I mean, you know, it's a great show that we're having here, but you have supported so many channels. You gave shout outs to many channels. You gave shout outs on every social media platform, even now after you learned all that craft. And you will learn more things, which is great, you know, and you're truly great example of like the person who cares, that will for sure help someone and will not, you know, just disregard something. I can tell by your demeanor, because I can read people how they are. You're not you know, playing only to yourself. You're playing towards other people, you know, to make, to help everyone, to try to help everyone. You cannot help everyone, but you're trying, and you can see there are people in the community are like that. And God bless you, man. Stay healthy, stay like you are. It's a really it's a treasure for our community to have a person like that that does help a lot of people. And you know, fortunately for me, I met you at the reseller rally, which is great to meet you and talk to you directly. And I hope everyone tries to kind of get to certain events and you know, shake your hand and give you a kiss, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Archie allows me to kiss him sometimes. But you're a truly great friend, man. You're a great person, and stay like that. Mary is also great. And there are other people in the community that I say proudly that they're great people that are looking for others and helping each other in the difficult moments, that can reach out and find out something. John and Jenna is a great example of that also. And Archie Biscuit Butt, Ben, I'm not that sure yet. But God bless you, Mike. Enjoy your birthday, man, and have as much fun as possible. Go meet with people. You're one of the greatest people in the community, in my opinion, and people should treasure you, man. That there's a person like that, you know. And hopefully, I mean, eventually, I'll meet you again, man.
Thanks. Really nice of you to say. I really appreciate it.
I want to add something to that.
I do too. Let me just get my thought out, Archie, and then I'll give you the floor. I just want to tell you, Roman, I do it for all you guys. I got the floor. I do it for you guys. I mean, feed off of you. You know what I mean? I'm outgoing and helpful as I can because of the environment that I'm around. I mean, it's like I wouldn't, you know. I mean, I'm not this way toward everybody. You know what I mean? This community I've embraced, and you've embraced me, so. It makes it so easy to be that way. But I do want to tell you I appreciate what you have to say.
Man, God bless you, Mike. You're a great guy.
You guys have a fantastic night. I'm super excited for you. This is a great birthday. Have a fun celebration. Love all you guys. I'm going to let somebody else in.
Bye, Kristen.
Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Archie, you have the con.
You know, we talked about Mike's hugs. There's nothing more warming than a Mike Metco hug, but to get a Roman to joke about you, or what was the word I'm looking for? A Roman roast,
A Roman roast?
whether it be in person or
A
in the
Roman
chat,
comment. I mean, a
that's
book.
just as warming.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, a Roman
Well,
novel.
Roman hug is like nuclear.
Have you guys
reactor.
heard that? Somebody created a song about you and Archie. Roman.
Yeah, I heard about Shane creating some kind of famous, popular, Grammy Award-winning song on YouTube about mine and Archie's true friendship and love. And
Yep.
even though we don't kiss that much, but we love each other.
I thought you guys broke up.
I want to hear this.
Well, yeah,
Man,
well, that happens
never.
sometimes. You break up, you get together, you break up. Man, at
It's
our
great.
age,
It's a great song. It's a great song, Archie.
yeah, but Archie, by the way, good job today on the First Class Treasures, man. Archie has been like killing
Archie
it.
killed it today, man.
Yeah, he did good.
Man, I gotta go there, do lives, man, now that I saw Archie with so much excitement, doing lives, even though I'm stubborn.
I missed
everything I wanted to bid on was out of my price range. Man, you killed it today, bro.
How do you pull it off, Archie? How did you do you do whatnot while you're holding that microphone?
Whatnot?
Yeah.
He's ambidextrous.
Like this. All right, guys. So now we're. I'm like
Hey, so
Bob
when
Barker.
are we roasting Mike? Didn't everybody bring their
You have
roast
something to
paper?
roast Mike about?
I'm waiting.
I mean, I thought that's what we were doing. I thought we had to
How
write
do
a
you
roast.
how do you roast the
How do
nicest
you
guy on the
roast
planet?
most special
know.
person?
I've only got
I mean,
one
I
thing.
could show you how to do it.
I
You
can't
ready?
do it.
I could.
I've only got one thing, Jefferson.
Yes.
Nothing's funnier than watching Mike try to get in my Jeep.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
It's
That
a
was-
little
Well-
too high for him.
It's not a roast, but I've got to
You
give
think
Mike.
Gene?
I've got to give
Jeep.
Mike a compliment. At the Airbnb last year at 127, this guy hung tough till
You ain't
2,
lying.
3, 4 a.m. in the morning. He
I
rocked it
I
late
had to
with
hang with my
us.
guys. I had to hang with my guys. I paid for it. I told you guys. I was literally in bed for a week after I got home from the meetup.
Worth it.
Of course,
Absolutely
we had a lot of help staying up that late, but yeah, I'll always remember that week in that house. I'll always remember, and I appreciate you contributing to the memories, Mike.
Yeah,
Yep,
that was
it was
such
a lot
an
of fun.
amazing week. And Alex, I still buy Howlerhead about once a week.
Oh yeah,
I
that's the best.
found it locally, man, and it's
Yeah.
like a once a week grab.
It's good stuff.
All right,
So
I
I-
love Mike, and I'm going to roast Mike. You ready, Mike?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go.
You want
Jeff.
to be
yeah.
roasted?
Go ahead.
You want to be
Go ahead.
roasted, right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
wait. Are you ready to
Go
be
ahead.
demonetized? All right, go ahead,
No,
Jefferson.
it's not there. I'm not going to say the F word or anything like that. I almost said the F word to say I'm not going to say the F word. But, Mike here, ladies and gentlemen, he's a good looking dude, fresh off Craigslist deals, maybe a cholesterol scale. I'm not sure, but he's doing better. He's losing some weight. He used to be an electrician, back when he had dreams and dental insurance. Now he's a reseller. We ain't got none of that stuff here, right? Now we're selling. What he's doing is selling garbage online. Oh, I'm sorry. Vintage treasures. He's like a raccoon with a Wi-Fi signal. Mike's eBay store is basically built on hopes and dreams and hope we don't die. But, there's 200 broken remotes and a pair of underwear that, he wore in the 80s and now he's selling it as vintage. But I'm not sure. He likes it, right?
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
He says he's a reseller. It just means he's slowly transforming his house into a landfill and hoping that PayPal will, give him some money for it. But Mike,
Pretty much.
he's from New York, which, explains a little bit about him. He can't walk past a car without checking it out and seeing if it's unlocked, right? Look, I'm not saying he's in the mob. I'm just saying he was once offered to take care of something for a neighbor, and all of a sudden the raccoons were all dead, right? He's a good guy, right? Honestly, Mike isn't connected, but maybe he is. I mean, he does wear a fanny pack sometimes, and I don't think that's gum that was pointing out from it. But let's be careful, right?
Very
But
good.
you know what? Mike
Absolutely.
loves his life. He loves his eBay, mostly the feedback, because that's the only positivity he has in his life. But you know what? Sometimes you got to go with what you got to go. But you know what, Mike? Happy birthday. You're the only guy I know who can make the mob look like, a mob hit looked like in the state sale. But don't ever change unless it's your underwear. And seriously, throw the underwear out from the fucking 80s, man. Come on.
That's right. That's right, Jefferson.
He saved the F-bomb for the end, at least.
Yeah, it was at the end. I mean, come
Jefferson
on.
could not
I
handle
hadn't
it.
written it down, but it sounded like you needed it. All right,
Yeah.
there you go. Roast your ass. Love you, brother.
You know it's not. There's no Archie appearance without the dogs in the background.
Oh yeah,
True.
you get used to it.
Archie, settle your dogs down, man. I can hear them outside.
So, Mike,
Yes, sir.
we wanted to do this. We wanted to do this for you, my friend. It's always good when you can spotlight a friend and comrade, as Roman says. So I want to give you last word in this whole gathering, and I want to take you full screen to just share your final thoughts.
No, you don't need the full screen. All right, well, actually, could you put Mary in the screen? Give us the full screen.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Go back to small real quick, Ben.
Yeah, I did have one more acknowledgement to make. Where'd she go? There she is.
Oh, yeah.
Mary's
I just had one more acknowledgement to make. How could I not, acknowledge my partner in crime, my co-host Mary, who I always have great things to say all the time. She's really a special person. I had met Mary at the Crossville meetup. We had known of each other by reputation. We were both kind of pretty active in the community, in the chat. So when you're a person like that, all the same people, you meet in the chats. So we had kind of knew of each other, but not having really laid eyes on each other. So when we finally met at Crossville, it was really another one of those relationships that took 2 or 3 minutes to establish. And we we can't believe that it's been only 10 months that we know each other, and we've worked hard together. So when I started the channel, it's just funny how things happen. Where I started the channel, I had no idea, no concept of where it was going to go and what I was going to do. And I didn't even realize that I had no social media expertise at all, and that you really needed that in my position. So it was just kind of like, kismet of providence, or whatever you want to call it, when Mary just made a chat in my first introductory video and says, "Mike, congratulations on your channel, and if there's any way I can help you," and she sincerely means it. That's the type of person that she is. I gladly help out. And I really, not even knowing what I was getting involved with Mary, because she's certainly more than meets the eye. I mean, I just thought it was great. I would be happy to have just had a co-host who could just pretty much keep me company, and I think it would be nice to have a female presence on the show. But I did not know really that she brought so much more to the table. I mean, Mary does all of the work. I mean, I do not even know how to get on Facebook or Instagram, and yet here she is. She's commanding the entire social media presence, and she does all of our marketing and all of our she puts up posts all the time and keeps that aspect of the channel, which is essential, which I didn't even realize was necessary at the time. So I'm very, very so happy and so grateful that just this happened to be where we just came together, and we're a great team. We have pretty good chemistry, and I'll speak for myself, but I just love hanging out with Mary. I mean, we're chatting. We can't even get on the phone every day because that would be 3 hours. So, but we're in text like pretty much throughout the day, every day. So, definitely a big asset for my channel, but more personally, a big asset to me. I'm so grateful that I have to be able to have this collaboration with Mary, and I just want to acknowledge all the hard work that she does, and she really makes the channel what it is. So I want to thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
I'll say too, Mary was fooling everybody there for a while, because we all thought we were talking to Mike on all these social media platforms.
That's so true.
And then she's like, "Oh," after a week. "Oh, by the way, this is Mary."
Yeah, Mary, good job. Mary, by the way, I'll be going to planning to go to Columbus soon, probably not after my son's birthday, somewhere in the middle of July.
Cool.
yeah, I wasn't able to go this week because I was
Run,
buying
Mary.
storage units again, and I just it was crazy kind of couple of weeks, so I couldn't leave at all.
We'll make a
So-
meetup out of it, Roman. I'll be there. I'll show.
Mike, let's go, man. Last couple of weeks ago, I went with Ken SSK Promo, who was here, and
I know, yeah.
Jill,
I heard.
and then Brian and Tracy showed up. They were surprised that I was even there. They were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna fall asleep and die." No, I mean it was fun. I mean sometimes when you go, especially when you can go, it is a fun experience. Mike and everyone is right about it. Some people are kind of introverts. They don't like to meet other people. But on the other hand, I do because my personality is different. So like whenever I can, man, because with my crazy life right now, man, I cannot even get out normally because when there are so many of us that do a lot of things all the time, and when you want to get out sometimes and meet someone, it actually is great.
So, are you coming to the meetup, Roman?
Man, I cannot guarantee it, Alex. The thing is, with my unstable, believe me, man, if you go into my head, man, and all the unstableness that happens constantly, man, either with something that I have to do or my health or something happening constantly, and it's not something that I can control sometimes. It just all of a sudden it happens, and it just completely brings my mood down. I cannot get out of this for like a certain amount of time. And I will try, man. I don't know, because at the Nashville meetup, you know why I couldn't go? Because there was I had to go to the doctor. Usually I will not go to the doctor anymore. I mean, every freaking time I go, they bring my mood down with something, and then like I had to take a friend with me just to drive there, because sometimes like if I drive, I will fall asleep behind the wheel, and I wanted to take my friend with me who we will switch, and he couldn't go at the last moment because he got like also like things that he had to do, and that just completely wiped it out, man. I just didn't want to go anywhere after that.
Well, I understand that. I was super sad when I saw that video because I was excited to meet you.
Man, I'm telling you, man, and Ben too, man. If you Ohio meetup, like for example, I know that I will not.
Me and Ben don't leave Tennessee though. We're not allowed to legally.
I know you cannot leave Tennessee.
That's why we
man.
keep going to meetups in Tennessee.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't be caught dead in Ohio. Sorry, Roman and Mary, but no way. I'm only going to go to Vegas or here. Thank you so much.
I know why, Ben.
Wow, Ben, hateful.
Ben, I know that you have a good girlfriend in Ohio, man. That's why you're trying to escape Ohio, man. We all know about you.
Welcome to my channel, Roman. You've said enough. It's time to go now.
I get back to Tampa.
I
You guys
gotta
come down there.
Shane, are you coming out?
I thought
to the
you
meetup?
moved
I
to
gotta throw everyone on
Indiana.
the spot here. I gotta throw everyone on the spot. Are you coming to the meetup, Shane?
I don't know. I talked to Lindsay about it to see if she wants to go. I don't know. We're going on a cruise to the Bahamas at the end of August, so we'll.
Don't you want to cruise to Tennessee and eat seafood?
Absolutely.
I know.
I'd
I'm
love to.
excited. Seafood.
We're excited for seafood, right?
Yeah.
At the Moose.
Blockline
Absolutely.
seafood's the best.
Seafood
I want to
is good,
see.
man,
I want to
always.
see Ben's famous power slide.
Yeah.
That he does there across the.
I want to see him do karaoke.
Hurts
I
his
think he's making
knee
it
and
up.
all that. I want to do karaoke with Ben.
Yeah, me too.
We can do leather and lace, whatever you want to do, Ben.
I want to do Islands in the Streams, and I'm there. Dolly Parton. He can be Kenny Rogers.
Yeah,
Shane,
you're
but
the
only
one that I want.
karaoke, man. Nothing else.
No, man. The go-to karaoke is I like big butts and I cannot lie. You know that song? You know this
I like
cake
big
now?
Bibles, and I cannot lie. Right, Archie?
Yeah. Okay, this is going off the rails. Sorry, John and Jenna, if you're not used to this. My apologies.
We're used to it. All right.
Shows get that way.
Yeah, they look like they've been around. I don't think we can scare them.
But I do want to thank all of you that are here on screen. We appreciate you all taking time to join us. I know Mike does for sure.
Certainly do.
And it's a pleasure and an honor to do this on the locker room for you, Mike.
Thank you.
And we might make this an annual thing. So when you turn 71, pal, we'll be right back here. What do you think?
Sounds good. Had a lot of fun. Thanks, Ben.
And welcome to Ben's channel.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, Mike. Raviolis are just wet Pop-Tarts.
It's true.
All right, y'all make sure you like and subscribe. We'll catch you next week, next Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Reseller Locker Room. Stay safe and get out there and resell and make some money. We're out.
Take care, guys.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all.